The Air Jordan 1 Low, no matter the colorway, no matter the release, never sells out. Year after year, these shoes hit the shelves and just sit, only to find their way to the Nike factory stores. Even with the lower prices than the High OGs, sneakerheads don't seem to care. But why? So in this video, we're gonna break down the truth about the Air Jordan 1 Lows and why they end up in the Nike factory stores. For those who doesn't know, we're going to start with the fundamental Air Jordan 1 Lows, but these are the Air Jordan 1 Lows with the Jordan Jumpman on the tongue. However, it do got the Air Jordan Wings logo on the back heel, but this shoe is literally different than the shoes that drop today, and I'll explain why. All right, so we're going to overlook the material. This is the Game Rules Air Jordan 1 Lows. This dropped about 3 weeks ago, and this shoe is still widely available in multiple different stores, including this Foot Locker, the small foot that revisited. But this is not the shoe that dropped today. And if you can see the difference, it do got the Nike Air on the tongue, and it's still got the Air Jordan Wing logo on the back heel. They got the swoosh both the medial and lateral side. So these are the OG Air Jordan 1 Lows. Now let's look at the pair that dropped today. And here they go. These are the Air Jordan 1 Obsidian UNC. Obsidian blue on the toe box, UNC blue on the back heel. Notice the Air Jordan Wing logo on the back heel and the Nike Air on the tongue. These are the classic OGs that everyone go after. But for some odd reason, people don't buy these. And these are so widely available even though the store has been open for 4 hours. So I don't foresee these selling out today. And to be fair, the leather on this pair is much better than the previous Air Jordan 1 Low I shown, the Game Rules. This has slightly better materials on this pair, and they retail for $140. Today we're at the Florida Mall checking out the latest release, the Air Jordan 1 Low Obsidian UNC. Let's see if these are flying off the shelves. And what's crazy about the Air Jordan 1 Low, it has never been that hype, even dating back to 2015, 2016. And roughly around that time, back in 2015, Jordan 1 Lows were sitting. I'm not talking about the non-OG colorways like these.
History repeats itself, especially when it comes to the Air Jordan 1 Lows. Believe it or not, these same colorways like the Royals and Black Toes were sitting in Nike factory stores nearly 10 years ago. Back then, nobody was rushing to buy them. And today, nothing has changed. No hype, not even resale value. Just another Jordan 1 Low collecting dust. So why these pairs keep ending up in our Nike factory stores?
Different colors as a black one? Yeah. No worries. So right now we're in Shoe Palace, and we're gonna see what's the fuss about. We're gonna see if these Air Jordan 1s is actually moving. And people will argue they don't have the same storytelling like the Air Jordan 1 High OGs. Can you guys tell me any historical stories or any marketing campaign that has been done with the Air Jordan 1 Lows? I can't tell you. There's a few colorways I like, but besides that, to me, I just think it's a regular Jordan. Like even for these Air Jordan 1s reimagines, the reimagine was a new story. And yes, it's a High OG. The makeup is different. You got the Air Jordan on the side, not the Wings logo, and it's supposed to be a reimagine, so the box came differently. A lot of unique things that happen with the storytelling with this silhouette and not this silhouette. And the cycle continues. Nike keep producing them. The man is just not there. Oh, I appreciate it. And I can make the argument, pricing isn't the issue. It's just that people don't want them. And despite having a low price point than the Air Jordan 1 highs and mids, they're not checking for them. But they do check for other pairs, just not the OG. So right now I'm in Foot Locker, the big Foot Locker House of Hoops section. There's some other Air Jordan 1 Lows that people go after, like the Travis Scott Lows. People seem very fond of those. Even the Starfish Jordan 1s as well. Actually, there's an employee right now who got them on feet. To be honest, I've never seen those in outlets, nor have I seen the Travis Scott person outlets. There's been rumors of pairs being in outlets. I just physically never seen them. And being 140 is a great price point. And even when they go on sale, it's like $89, which is not bad, but price has nothing to do with it. People just don't care for the lows. And even at reduced price and heavy discounts, they still sit at the outlets. And I'm gonna prove that here shortly. And what's crazy is dunks actually sell better given the same price point. And the prices get reduced a lot sooner than the foot traffic sites. For example, these pandas hitting for 100. In the outlet, you can find for the same price, if not lower. Technically not the same price point. These are hitting for 125, and these are hitting for 115. Even colorways like this, same thing, 125. But people tend to gravitate towards dunks at this price point than Jordan 1s. And even here in JD Sports, they're widely available, sitting on shelf. And they're hitting for 140 here as well. But that's the typical going price for the Jordan 1 lows. Look at the Jordan 1 low OGs. They're hitting for 115. Now that's equivalent to the dunk prices. And this pair is 125. And they actually make these kids for shoes as well. And that's crazy. The 13 is still available. The 9s are still available. And these as well. However, I did find the Game Royals for $85. Now that is on sale from $120. So it looks like the GS pricing is $20 cheaper than adult pricing. Interesting. Overproduction and lack of exclusivity kill the demand.
No matter if one pair or 1,000, if a shoe sits on shelves and no one buys it, that's overproduction. People want exclusivity and limited release, but the Jordan 1 Low OG has never been a hard-to-get sneaker.
Nah, I lied. If only one pair of shoes exists, it would be incredibly rare and highly sought after. But if you produce thousands, the demand may not be the same. It will be a lot lower. There's the balance or a sweet spot in production to make a shoe more desirable. Unlike these mids, no one's really checking for them. They're going for 80, and these are 135. And another mid that's actually discounted. These are going for $89.97 with additional 30% off. Mids also don't get that much love. But here's the one we find in Foot Locker. This is actually hitting for $89.99 here in the factory store. But this ain't the shoe that we came to check for. I'm gonna show you guys in a bit the 2 Jordan 1 lows they have in the building, and you won't believe the price they're selling for. But before we go over there, we gotta take a look at these reimagined 4s. They're hitting for $114, and that's insanely cheap. And they got another Air Jordan 1 low. Now, I'm not sure the name of this shoe. They have the markings of the OG. Is it really the OG? I mean, they got the gel swoosh. Yeah, not a fan. And for other retros, here are the Olympic 6s hitting for $129.99. There's a slew of pairs still available. Right now, we're in the Nike factory store on International Drive. And in this store, they got the Air Jordan 1 low OGs. Nike flooded the market with endless colorways of the Air Jordan 1 low. And here's prime example. These are the metallic silvers. They're hitting for $79.99. That's almost like 35% off. And it does got the markings of the OGs because of the Nike on the tongue, but it do got that gel Jordan Wings logo on the back heel. And you're getting the boxes intact and everything. And they got plethora of sizes, size 13 all the way down to 9.5. So if you are above average size foot, they got you with multiple different sizes. And to the left of that, we do got the OGs. These are Air Jordan 1 low OGs, blue metallics, and they're also hitting for $89.99. And the box looks completely different. The box is a whole lot slimmer compared to the silver metallic. 9 years ago, we got this exact same shoe, and it also hit the outlet. How I know? Because I have video showing this shoe selling for the same price it is today, 9 years later, of $89.99. No one wanted then, and it appears no one wanted now, even at the reduced price. Now, this does have the markings of the OGs because the Air Jordan Wings on the back heel and the Nike Air on the tongue, and it comes factory unlaced. Now, only difference between 2016 pair and this is the box. That's the fundamental difference. We got the traditional Jordan 1 box. Even the people behind me is going crazy for them. Yo, but they're here if you're looking for them, man. No one really cares about Jordan 1 lows, OGs. The love is not there like the High OGs and OG colorways. Now, knowing this information, when you guys fit on the Obsidians that came out today, or will you wait for them to hit the outlets like these two? I will argue, I'll wait for them to hit the outlets like these 2 pairs. And guys, don't feel like the Air Jordan 1's lows are getting picked on, because the Air Jordan 2 lows also get the same scrutiny. No one ever checks for these shoes as well. Now, these are the Black Italies or Black Origins. They're hitting for $89.99. They used to be $130. And even though they make great colorways, people just don't go after them at all. So the 1s and 2s, lows, gets no love. And yes, there's multiple variants of the Air Jordan 1s. We got the Air Jordan 1 High OG. We got the Air Jordan 1 Low OGs. And we got the Air Jordan 1 with the Jordan Jumpman on the tongue. Padded tongue to be exact. Now, these are women. They're going for roughly the same price for adult men's OG lows. And the variants doesn't stop. This is a perforated swoosh joint.